Do you need to make more money? How about that business that you're running? Do you need to grow it and make it more successful, make more money through that? Do you want to expand your career? Maybe the job you're at, you're not a big fan of. You want to switch jobs. Maybe you're in a job and there's opportunity for growth, and maybe you don't feel like you have the growth of the skills, the tools to get you there. Maybe that's the case. Well, I want you to make more money. I want you to grow your career. I want you to expand your career. I want you to grow your business, okay? And why I'm telling you this is because this has been my mission the past several years. Once I turned the light switch on, go back to episode 400, understand how I turned the light switch on for my life and where I'm at right now. But also, I want to get you motivated, okay? So if you're not from Central Pennsylvania, I'm going to have something for anybody else from anywhere in the world who could benefit from this conference we're putting on in Central Pennsylvania. But if you are from our area, or if you want to fly in, drive in, teleport here, I don't care, man. Just get here, okay? You can go to getlitcon.com and find out about our first ever leadership conference. I'm putting this thing on myself with a team of great speakers who are my friends, who have really helped me to grow over the past 2.5 years. I never realized when you start connecting yourself and spending more time with amazing people, with people who are motivated and excited and changing their own life and changing other people's lives and creating impact, it just starts to rub off on you. So whether you're finding that person in books, on the internet, in podcasts, in person, however you're doing it, keep doing it. And if you need more of it and you need more of a direct path, you're looking for mentors or you want to be a mentor, come to our conference, LIT, Leadership, Impact, and Technology, okay? The idea is that great leaders who understand the traditional classic leadership and marketing skills that never change, that are always super powerful and effective, when you take those skills coupled with technology, social media, internet marketing, the digital age, a lot of these marketing tools are incredibly powerful, but you want to use them for the right reasons, to help people, to impact their lives, to add value, and therefore you're going to be making some money out of the deal, okay? That's just how it works. You change people's lives, you give them value, you impact them, you're going to make money, okay? So leadership with great technology leads to huge impact. That's why the LIT conference is what we've put together. If you want more information, you want to get more details, you want to get involved, you want to be a sponsor, you want to buy a ticket, all you've got to do is go to getlitcon.com. That's get lit, but in a different way. Feed your brain. getlitcon.com. Today on the show, thank you. If you listened to the last episode, then you already know what we're going to talk about because I previewed it, but what is a mantra all about? Why do we use mantras? And what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that look like? It sounds weird, a mantra, like I'm repeating something over in my head over and over again. Why do I need that in my life? I'm going to dive into that. If you enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoy what I talk about, if you get value out of it, please subscribe wherever you are. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a rating. That'd be amazing. And also tag somebody, share it with somebody, screenshot what you liked and send me the screenshot. All of my social media links are at robzradio.com. That's robzradio.com. Let's do it, Alpha.
This is Rob Z Radio.
So, a mantra. Interesting. Something you repeat in your head over and 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 over again. Yeah. We repeat a lot of things over and over again in our heads. If you listen to this podcast on a regular basis, you know I'm always talking about your 80,000 thoughts. We all have approximately 80,000 thoughts per day, some a little bit more, some a little bit less, depending on how much you think. But the idea is that you're repeating the same things over and over. I mean, and you know this. If you would stop for a second and think, like, how many thoughts are new for me on a daily basis and how many are on a schedule that just sort of pop up. The schedule's pretty full. The new stuff you have to work to get in. You're not just going to get new thoughts in there all of a sudden. You've got to build those into the structure. In this episode, I'm going to give you 5 reasons as to why a mantra can not only change if you have a meditation practice, but why it could change your life. Just completely change it in so many different ways. I'm not going to say that my life has completely changed, but my life over the past 5 years, if you would have met me 5-6 years ago to now, there'd be some pretty big changes if you spent time inside of my head and if you spent time with me, like in what I do during my day, okay? Maybe not physically or anything. Well, actually, I am like 15 pounds lighter than I was back then too. So maybe there are some physical changes. But as far as something, and a mantra really, I don't know what the definition is. And I'm not going to take the time to look it up because I've listened to enough teachers and practitioners talk about this sort of thing that it's something that you repeat in your head to block out all the other noise. And if you're going to act like there isn't other noise, then you're either fully enlightened or you're so succumbed. You've succumbed so much to that noise. You've been so distracted by that noise that you don't even notice it as chatter. You don't even notice it as noise anymore. It's just a part of who you are. But we all have at least two people in our heads talking, if not more. I think depending on the situation I'm in, I might have more. But normally, there's two people in there chatting, and they're usually arguing, going back and forth, not agreeing with one another, and it's usually a tussle. And I think the only way that I've found that can really quiet that down pretty easily is a mantra. Now, I've been meditating for close to 5 years now, so this has taken me a really long time to even start to get the hang of. I'm kind of a slow learner, so maybe you'd pick up on it faster. But for me, I've been a slow learner. But I've figured out that my mantra, the one that really works for me, is super simple. It's just relax. And that's it. That's all I say to myself in my head. Relax. The reason for that is the more complicated you make it, the harder it is to remember, or the harder it is when you need it. When you need that mantra, it's harder to get back into it. So relax, I can kind of like relax, like a long relax, or a bunch of short bursts of relax. And that's like, think about when you're driving your car and you're not even in a hurry, but people are just going too slow for your liking. So now you've got to jet. Now you got to jam on it, and you got to start going faster than other people for really no reason. I catch myself in this all the time. There's this. I'll pause for 1 second. There's a great book and video course by this guy Michael Singer. Michael Singer. He was on Tony Robbins' podcast a little while ago, and that's how I found out about him. Then I bought his book, The Untethered Soul. So he has two great books, maybe more, but the two I've read are The Untethered Soul and The Surrender Experiment, okay? But there's an online course through this app called Sounds True, okay? You can download the Sounds True app, look up Michael Singer. It's Living from a Place of Surrender, I think is the name of the course. It's a audio course, and you can download it off of there, whatever. It's a couple $100. But what it really taught me was, and this is what really, I think that course helped me have some big breakthroughs when it comes to meditation and mantras and what it means. Because Michael Singer, basically, this guy's been meditating for 40 more or plus years. He lives in Florida and in the woods, and just does his thing. And his thing is really, when it comes down to it, relax is the mantra. Just telling yourself continuously to relax and come back to the present moment at all times. Now, maybe you don't meditate, and you don't have to have a mantra. Mantras are helpful no matter what. So I'm just saying, I've noticed that it really is beneficial. Because when you tell yourself, relax, what do? Like, you can't say relax and then like do a backflip. You know what I mean? It's like when you say relax, what happens to you? You relax. You can feel your body relaxing. And if you tell different parts of your body to relax, like when I tell my left foot to relax, I can feel that. I just felt it. Now I have practiced doing this. I'm like, if you're just starting out, maybe you didn't feel anything. But I'm saying, if I close my eyes right now and I say, right ear, relax, there's a feeling there. I'm not saying that like something actually happened in my ear, but I can feel that. Okay, so the point is, the right ear. Well, that was an odd choice, the right ear one, but whatever. The point is that this is something that you can carry with you at all times to calm yourself down. If you're getting worked up, if you're getting in an argument, if you're in traffic. Traffic's a big one. Michael Singer always goes back to the best place to like open eye meditate is when you're driving, because you are in this metal thing and everybody else, they're all in their metal things, and you're all just mad at each other. Everybody's like pissed off at one another, just trying to get to the place they're going. At least that's me. I get aggravated. So I've used this mantra technique, and it's worked really well most of the time. Definitely not all the time, but most of the time. When I put it in practice, I'm like, wow, that actually works. So the top 5, let's get into the list because I'm just going to ramble all day. The top 5 reasons that a mantra could really help you is to give yourself happiness. So that mantra is going to give you some joy. It's going to give you something that, as long as it's a positive mantra, don't have the mantra be hate or kill or something, that's a bad idea. You might go down the wrong path. But if it's a positive thing, no matter what it is, and you can pick whatever mantra you want. It feels like for me, relax is the easiest right now at this point in my life. But that gives you just something that whenever you're mad about something, if you practice it enough, you could jump into that, relax, and you could block out whatever the noise was, and you can get to a better spot. Now, do I do that every time? No. I don't expect you to either, but that's just number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, it gives your brain a break, and I think that maybe that should be number 1. These are in no sequential order. But if you can give your brain a break, that's huge, just to let it chill for a minute. Because even when we say, this is the thing that always makes me laugh. When people say they're relaxing, like, oh, I'm just relaxing, I'm taking it easy, I'm de-stressing, I'm unwinding. I'm like, well, what are you doing? Well, nothing. What? You're not doing nothing. You're doing something. We're always doing something, unless you're dead or staring at a wall. I don't know, but at least even then you're staring at a wall. So usually the thing is the person's doing is watching TV. Oh, I'm watching Netflix. And normally when you're watching Netflix, you're also on your phone. So your brain's not chilling ever, unless you meditate. Even then, your brain's not chilling half the time. It's trying to, but it's got to slow down. We never take the gas off this thing. You got to take the gas off every once in a while and let it just chill. Just take a break, take a breather, sit back, relax. So that's something that a mantra can give your brain a break. It doesn't have to work. When your brain's watching TV, it's working. It's thinking. It's having emotions. It's putting itself in memories or putting itself in the future. Like, what would I do in that situation? You're watching. My wife watches a lot of like rescue nursing doctor shows, and she's always putting herself in the scenario of like, what would she do in that situation? So if she's not relaxing, and video games especially, people say they relax. They're playing video games to relax. Bullshit, dude. I don't buy it for a second. I don't think that's relax. I mean, it might like take your mind off of other stuff, but they've done studies, and I'm not saying anything bad about video games. I mean, they're fun, but like it's not a good form of relaxation. It's fully engaging, especially any like war fighting game or racing game. This thing will spike your cortisol level, and like it's beyond anything else you could possibly do. As far as like, unless you were running a marathon or something, but as far as like getting your body worked up. So I'm kind of going off topic here a little bit. But the point is that none of that stuff is giving your brain a chance to have a break, to relax, to catch its breath. And I think this goes back to like a lot of our issues, and a lot of my issues, maybe a lot of your issues if you have issues, is that we're always running on this hamster wheel, and we're not giving our brains a chance to calm down and chill and just catch up. Just give it a chance to breathe for 50 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, 2 minutes. Anything. Give it a chance to chill out, and that doesn't happen very often, okay? So the other reason, let's give it number 3 on the list why a mantra's super important, is because it makes meditation better. If you meditate, or if you want to become better at meditation, a mantra will definitely make any meditation practice you have way better, because you have usually meditation is the breath, right? Focus on your breath, and that will in and out. For some people, it's too boring. For me, most of the time, it can be too boring. But a mantra is not. A mantra, I can stick to that, and it gives me a feeling too. So if you can have a nice, happy mantra like relax or something like that, it gives you a good feeling, and it makes your meditation practice. It's easier to whenever you catch yourself just lost in thought, to redirect right back to the purpose. You might not be focusing on the breath exclusively. You're focusing on something that is a repeating pattern that can be linked to the breath that can make you feel good. Okay. Number 4 on the list, and a mantra can create a safety net for meltdowns. So I have a 5-year-old son, and I know what meltdowns look like. I've seen them in action many times, and I also have meltdowns, and so does my wife, and I think anybody who has kids has meltdowns at some point, unless you're, whatever. You might be, maybe you're better than me. I don't know what your life is like, but if it's my situation, there's going to be a meltdown at some point. But the mantra is just a safety net. It's just a chance, maybe that last ditch effort. When a truck's going, when they have on highways that off ramp for trucks, if they've lost control and they can just swing off the road and smash into those barrels. I would, by the way, love to do that. I was just driving on the highway today before I started recording this podcast. I was driving for about 2.5 hours, and I saw a couple of those. And I'm like, dude, imagine hitting those at full speed, what that would be like. It'd be nuts. But that's kind of like what a mantra is. It's like you're melting down, you're barreling down a mountain at 80 miles an hour in a 40,000-pound vehicle or something, and there's a chance for you to ditch, jump off, and save your ass. That's basically what a mantra can do. You catch yourself spiraling out of control. You feel like it's all going to hell, and all your hard work to make yourself a better person or whatever your situation is not working. The mantra's there as that rock, that anchor that you can catch on to that will not let you blow down a mountain and run into cars and destroy a bunch of lives. Okay? You can swing off to the side and smash through a bunch of barrels, and it'll feel kind of badass while you're doing it too. So the safety net's huge. The safety net's very important, and I can't express that enough, especially if you're like me and you get aggravated in traffic over a bunch of BS, over nothing that's important, and when you start to catch yourself like, wow, I'm so angry at all these people who are just la-di-da-di-da, driving about, like none of them are malicious, none of them are trying to affect my life. I'm letting them affect my life. I'm letting everything affect my life. So that safety net can be thrown in over and over and over again. And number 5 on the list is that it barely takes any effort, especially if it's just a word. If it's just a word like relax or love or brave or kind, or I don't know, whatever, come up with whatever you want. There's also another great one called Ho'oponopono. I'm probably saying it wrong, but Ray, my mentor, introduced it to me. It's a Hawaiian prayer, and it just means in any, you can use these 4 sayings in any order, and it still makes sense. Thank you, I love you, please forgive me. Hold on, no, now I forget. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. So that's like a healing prayer that you can look it up. Look it up. H-O-O-H Pono, P-O-N-O-N-O. I think I'm spelling that right. Look it up. It's interesting. I like it a lot. I've tried that one too, but sometimes I can't remember all 4 of those sayings. So I mess it up and then I get frustrated. So I just go back to the relax. But there's many different ways to do this, many different ways that you can take this approach. But that's the thing that I love is it doesn't take much work. You can be sitting, somebody can be talking at you that you don't necessarily want to talk to them and they're just ear beating you. You can start a mantra and it can help to get you out of that situation. Now you might not hear what they say, but at least you're not dying in conversation. So you can use this in any situation. Nobody knows that you're doing it unless you start to mouth it or say it out loud. And it can be a guidepost. Like I said, it can be a safety net. It can be a rudder that kind of steers you away from all your aggravation and away from all of your discontent and steers you towards peace and some bliss in your life. And hey, man, who couldn't benefit from that? I think we all could. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. Maybe it was a little bit rambling. I can't tell because I'm the one sitting here saying it, but it felt like there could have been a positive outcome from it. I hope that it benefited you. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have a mantra or something that you do go back to on a continuous basis, I'd love to know what that is. Leave me a comment wherever you're listening to this, or jump on the website, robzradio.com, and you can click any of my social platforms. They're right at the top. Plus, if you aren't fully sure who I am or what my mission is, you've listened to this whole podcast, you seem somewhat dedicated. So really, if you want to know more about me, just find me there, robzradio.com. There's a video, Who is Rob Z? Click play on that, and then you'll find out what I'm all about. Like, I give kind of my journey, my mission, my purpose, my story there. That's at robzradio.com. I would love to see you at LIT. If you're in central Pennsylvania, come to the first ever leadership conference in our area, Leadership, Impact, and Technology. The website is getlitcon.com, getlitcon.com. As always, subscribe, rate, review this thing on whatever platform you're on. If you enjoyed it, please tell somebody else about it. Tag them, tag a friend, Tag somebody who you feel like could hear this information, or somebody that I should know about. Maybe you feel like I need more connected to different people. So connect me, and I'd love to just connect with you in general. It's nothing I love more than hearing from people who listen to the content that I put out there. And I really appreciate you checking this podcast out. And I really appreciate that you're obviously working on yourself in some way. You wouldn't have listened to this one if you weren't interested in working on yourself in some sort of way, or building yourself up in some aspect of your life. So thank you for checking this out, and bless you for doing the work that you're doing on you. Okay? RobZRadio.com. GetLitCon.com. I'll talk to you next time, Zebras. Peace out.
This is Rob Z Radio.